Let's move on to our science critic, and he had to say something about predictions. And I guess he doesn't understand the difference between a description and an explanation. And so he tried to con his way, saying, look, if we know what happened in the past, we can predict the future. Totally irrelevant. A prediction only deals with the future, and if you just make a statement of what's going to happen in the future, all you did was utter a description. That's all you did so far. If you can explain why it's going to happen, now you're talking about the past. You're talking about your experience. He still doesn't understand that. Let's see if some of you at least can understand what the difference is, okay? Let me put him on here. Here it goes. Listen carefully.
The questions and issues to be addressed in this rebuttal include: a prediction has solely to do with the future. A prediction without more is just a description. If you can explain why the prediction is going to materialize, you are no longer predicting. You are now talking about the past.
If you want to work out what's going to happen, a good idea to do that is to work out what has happened. By paying attention to what has happened, I can then work out what's going to happen. Like if I keep on dropping an object and it keeps on falling towards the ground, then I can assume that if I keep on dropping the object, it's going to keep on dropping towards the ground.
So I guess he doesn't understand. He cannot talk about explanations of the future. Explanation belongs exclusively to the past and has to do with our experience. So here's my assessment. Okay, what has happened is the past. Okay, straightforward. Experience is also the past. Prediction, on the other hand, is only related to the future. Prediction is only about the future. Prediction based on experience is irrelevant. Okay, we don't care if you guessed it, if you had experience with it, you had a bad dream, we don't care. It doesn't matter. When you make a prediction, all you say, this is what's going to happen. So far, all you made is a statement. So far, all you did is describe what's going to happen. Prediction, something is going to happen. Okay, straightforward. Okay, that's just a description. Prediction is 100% description. That's all you said so far. Something is going to happen. It's just a description. You haven't said why. And you better not say why, because as soon as you say why, it means you're drawing on your experience. The why part has nothing to do with prediction. The why part has only to do with the past, with explanation. Okay? And because these people get so confused between explanations and descriptions, you have the mathematicians predicting the past all the time. In fact, here are three papers that I just pulled out of the hat out there. Okay, one says predicting the initial conditions of the universe using deep learning. Predicting the initial conditions of the universe? How do you predict the past? I mean, Jesus. Angular momentum evolution can be predicted from cosmological initial conditions. And another says the uncaused beginning of the universe, the prediction of a space-time singularity in our past. So all these people end up predicting the past. Why? Because again, they confuse descriptions with explanations. A prediction is only a description. So as long as you keep it there, you're okay. Now you can describe things that you see in front of you or describe things in the past as well. Describe is not a problem. The problem is prediction is only a description. But not all descriptions are predictions. Okay, so let's make sure we got that right. Prediction is only about the future. Prediction is only a description up to that point. It's a statement. That's all it is. That something's going to happen. If you can say why it's going to happen, how you got that conclusion, was it a lucky guess, did you have a bad dream, we don't care. The point is, if you can explain why, now you're drawing on your experience, and that's only the past. Okay, so what happens, these people are predicting the past. They end up predicting, how the universe started or the initial conditions of the universe or whatever. That's not a prediction. Okay, what you're doing is explaining and turning that into a prediction. Okay, they're kind of reverse engineering it. They're saying, well, if we take all these stars and pull them all the way together, yesterday closer and closer together, we end up with the initial conditions of the universe, and this is what should have happened if my calculations are correct. That's not a prediction, okay? You're trying to explain the origin of the universe, which is nonsense anyways, but aside from that, you're explaining a theory of how the universe came to be. You're not predicting anything. But they use the word prediction a lot because it's so, it's important in mathematics to say, oh, I can predict. Oh, then you got a good crystal ball. Here's your Nobel or your Templeton Prize or whatever.